Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show on this Wednesday, the 12th of July, 2023. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to have you guys here. I produced a show this morning, and I got talking a bit about nuclear war, nuclear exchange, and nukes and stuff like that. It's not really for everybody, so I'm going to post it over on my Delta Report channel. It's about a 30-minute show. And I run over the markets real quick on that show, too. So, I'm going to leave the link in the description. Well, it might take me an hour to get the link up because I got to upload it to Delta Report. It's a rather long show. Anyway, what we're looking at here with silver prices today, almost up $1. This is the best day we've had in a long time for silver. 2409 right now. Now, this is, I've told you guys that we're going to have $3 days. Well, this is a dollar day, but there's going to be $3 days coming. And when we're at the peak of this thing, we might have days in excess of $3, and we might have multiple days. We might have periods of 2 whole weeks where it's going up $3 a day every single day. Would not surprise me a bit. But anyway, we're up 94 cents today at 2409. Let's take a look at the gold price today. Gold is up $26.20 at $1,958.40. Taking a look at cryptocurrencies today, we see Bitcoin is trudging along at 30,488. Ethereum is at $1,881.20, and XRP is at 46.8 cents. So crypto is basically holding its own right now. There's an awful lot of trouble coming to the financial system pretty soon. It's almost like we've had a breakaway from the upper part of the financial system, from the lower part of the financial system. I'm not really going to call it the lower part. I'm going to call it Wall Street and Main Street. There's been a break where it doesn't really matter what's happening on Main Street too much. Wall Street's over there doing their own thing. And it's all what's connected to the Fed. So we've completely lost the fundamentals of the economic system. The fundamentals should be, when things are bad on Main Street, Wall Street reacts. But now, because of the Fed and what the Fed's doing, and this whole thing where they're totally reliant upon the Fed and what the Fed's doing, they don't care what's happening on Main Street, leads to this disconnect where Main Street is going down the tubes. There's going to be a refinancing of an awful lot of this debt as well coming up very soon. Things like the commercial real estate market. Just wait until they come along and they do a reassessment. And people just cannot pay any longer. They cannot keep up. And on Main Street, there's an awful lot of people that's getting into that boat where just your average, ordinary Joe out there can't make the first of the month meet the end of the month. Besides pay for unusual things that could come along, things that you don't see coming, like maybe you're driving to work and all of a sudden your transmission goes on your car. Just things that happen in life, like, and then you don't have the money to pay for it. So then how are you going to drive? How are you going to get to work? Stuff like that. This is what's happening in the real world on Main Street. Meanwhile, you got Wall Street that's living in this cloud where they get a bank failure like SVB Bank, and the Fed just comes along and says, okay, we're going to make good on everybody. Everybody and everything. Oh, you got those bonds, and those bonds are not worth $1 on a dollar anymore. They're only worth 60 cents. Oh, we're going to make them worth $1. Just give them to us, and here's the cash. And so they live in their fantasy world where they got everything covered. It's like insurance because they're too big to fail, and nobody ever goes to jail. There's no, so of course they're gonna stay with the program and get rich, and richer and richer and fatter. Meanwhile, on the other side, on the Main Street side, on our side of the economy over here, we're just shriveling away and going to blow away in the wind, and they don't give a damn. As long as they're big and fat and they got their money. Anyway, I get talking about this stuff, and it just infuriates me, the fact that this system is just so gone so far past the fail. We've had such a break from the rule of law out there that now it's starting to become the accepted norm. You know? And that's not a good thing. Because how these breaks with the rule of law occur is they occur in the upper part of the system first. And people observe it and they say, oh, well, that's not us down here. And they're right. It hasn't extended down to the lower levels yet, the break with the rule of law. But eventually it will, and you're not going to like what it looks like. Countries that went through this before, and anyway, I'm not going to get dragged into that, but it's very, very bad. Talk about loss of freedom. you know but it's happened before in countries, and generally it ends in a just total, oh, you wouldn't want to live in a society like that where there's absolutely no rule of law. It's just run by the top down, and the top, they do whatever they want to do, and the people get so scared of them in the end. Fear pervades the system. Everybody's frightened of their friends, frightened of their neighbors even. Their neighbors might mention a word about them and they might end up in some gulag. That's the kind of system you can end up with when you just let it go too far, and the whole system just disintegrates into it becomes so dystopic in the end that it's no fun for anybody. Now, even everybody gets paranoid. Even the ones at the top get paranoid in the end. They're scared that they're going to end up. And so everybody is like in a state of fear. It's no way to live. This is why it's so important, the structure of how the system is. Anyway, Dow Jones today is up 147 points at 34,408. We're taking a look at the bond market, and the bond market has got big moves being made today in the bond market. U.S. 10-year is down 12.9 basis points at 3.85, and the U.S. 30-year is at 3.94, and it's down 7.6 basis points. Those are big movements in the bond yields today. Taking a look at the U.S. dollar index, and it's off too at 100.55, and it's falling today. The dollar's falling rather significantly today. Thank you guys for listening to my show. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. And have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.